We have an exclusive interview with the parents of Samantha Josephson. She is, of course, the young woman killed after she got into a stranger's car thinking it was her Uber. Now, making ride-sharing services safe is now the mission of their life, and we're going to speak with Seymour and Marcy Josephson after this report from Lindsay Davis. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. This is a story that likely gives pause to anyone who uses ride-share services. Samantha Josephson was 21 years old, a senior at the University of South Carolina who planned to attend law school. But last month, she was murdered after getting into the back of a car that she thought was her Uber ride.
These are the last images of 21-year-old Samantha Josephson alive. The University of South Carolina student seen getting into this black Chevy Impala, the car she believed was her Uber, around 2 a.m. after a night out with friends last month. Police say the driver is 25-year-old Nathaniel David Rowland, who is not an Uber driver at all, but was allegedly passing by when Josephson made the fatal mistake of opening the back door and getting inside.
The child safety locks were activated on the door that would not allow someone to the means of escape.
The next afternoon, turkey hunters discovered Josephson's body in this wooded area about 90 minutes from her Columbia campus. Investigators used that surveillance footage to track down Rowland's car. According to the police report, they discovered Josephson's blood and cell phone inside. This morning, Rowland remains in jail, charged with Josephson's kidnapping and murder.
She was by herself. What we have learned is that you cannot, men or women, you guys have to travel together.
Friends and family gathering to remember the political science major who was just a few weeks away from graduation.
We all consider ourselves very fortunate to have known and loved Sammy and to have had her in each of our lives. Our lives will forever be better for having known her. We love you, Sammy.
This past week, the South Carolina House passed the Samantha L. Josephson Ride-Sharing Safety Act bill to make it easier for riders to identify the car intended for their use. George.
Part of the change that must come. Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much. And we are joined now by Samantha's parents, Seymour and Marcy Josephson. So many of us, this hit home for so many of us, and we're so sorry for your loss. And I know it's hard for you to come in here today, but you promised that Samantha will not be forgotten. What do you want everybody to know about her?
We just want you to know that she is a fabulous young woman, kind, a best friend to everyone, really determined, hard worker, and a fun young woman.
You called her Sweet Pea?
Yeah, I call both of my children Sweet Pea. You know, they're just, both of my kids are phenomenal. They're our best friend. And as the vigil said, all the kids that got up, they all said that she's my best friend, she's my best friend. And to us, our kids are our best friends.
And now you're going to try to save the lives of so many other kids, so many other people all across the country, around the world. What are the big changes you want to see happen right now?
So, South Carolina is in the process of passing the law for the illumination of the signs, and I think that's great. It's a great start.
Put those signs up in the windows.
Yes, and I think that's great. But with this, what happened was that Samantha mistakenly thought this was her Uber.
And it wasn't even an Uber driver.
It wasn't an Uber. He was impersonating an Uber driver. And one of the things that we want to do is that there are 19 states that do not have front license plates on their car. And South Carolina happened to be one of them. So you can't see, when the car's pulling up, you can't see the front license plate. So I think, I'm not saying to change all the states and make it mandatory, but if you're going to be in the ride-sharing industry, then you should have a front license plate.
And there are so many things that all of us have to do, all of us parents, that important question you ask before you get in that car, what's my name?
Yeah, it has to be automatic, like putting on a seatbelt. You have to ask what's my name, because it can be anyone. And if the only thing we can do is to help change the way everyone thinks so no one else has to go through this.
I think also another real big thing that can change the rideshare industry is by putting a QR code on the back windows of both the driver's side and the passenger side.
Like a barcode.
A barcode, right? And you put your phone up to it, it turns green, that's my ride. If it's not your ride, it turns red. The technology is already out there. It's a very easy way to implement this, the safety of the consumer as well as the driver.
I can imagine you've probably been hearing from so many people across the country since this happened, reaching out with sympathy and help.
We've heard from strangers all over the country, And so many people have told us it could have been our daughter, our son, ourselves.
All of us think that.
And I think it's just become such a natural or a new phenomenon using Uber. But we trust people, and you can't. You have to change the way that the laws are to make it safer, because that's our nature. We automatically assume we're safe, but we all put our loved ones in an Uber or a Lyft. I don't even want
Yeah, I mean, we grow up teaching our kids not to get into cars with strangers. And what do? We get in cars with strangers.
And that's why we have got to change the way we think about all this.
Yes.
And laws have to change.
So we had spoken to our local congressman, and they want to do something together with us, but we'll do something federally. And we just want to put this together and make sure that it passes and that it's a bipartisan issue.
That's so fitting in so many ways. I know Samantha wanted to go to law school.
Yeah.
And University of South Carolina is going to be giving her degree posthumously in May, and I know you want to be there for her.
It will be the hardest thing for us to go, but we need to go because
She wanted us there.
She wanted us there, and I had reviewed some of our old text messages, and she had said something about us not being able to attend, and she said it was all right if we didn't attend, and we said we wouldn't miss it for the world. So.
Of course you won't, and you're going to help a lot of people with what you're doing right now. We're sorry again for your loss, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.